lot of scorers that haven't always hung their hat on that side of the ball. So as a team, they are continuing to grow in their defensive effort.
Now gamble defensively by
Clark stepping back and hits a three from way outside. It's Caitlin Clark.
Great job reading the defense. Her hands were up.
For the reasoning behind her assists, which have been in the double-digit range here for 4 straight. Clark bouncing. There's Mitchell. Give her 6 assists in less than 7 minutes.
It's almost like they know exactly.
really good execution off the timeout.
Oh, and Clark with a steal. Clark with a steal in the backcourt. And Clark will go to the free throw line as she is fouled.
When you talk about greatness in women's basketball, one name continues to rise above the rest. Caitlin Clark, a once-in-a-generation talent.
A dream come true when she found out she made the team. New York Liberty head coach and Australian head coach Sandy Brodello gave her the call, and she said she was just a bag of tears.
The 4th and final meeting of the regular season between these two teams. Ionescu, short. Clark with her 11th rebound, feeding Mitchell for 3. Caitlin Clark, 13 points, pocket pass to Aaliyah Boston. Those two keep getting better and better together.
And if you watch the athletes in this league, the incredible fitness and athleticism with the skill set is what makes the product the narrative.
Vegas getting in transition.
Yeah.
She says her team is not great in transition defense.
Well, Vegas puts pressure on everybody in transition, but this is what Indiana has to do. They have to play in the open floor.
She's not just playing the game, she's rewriting what's possible. Her handles are sharp, her footwork is clean, and her shot mechanics are nearly flawless. Whether it's a step-back 3 or a quick drive to the rim, Caitlin makes it look effortless. But don't mistake it for luck.
They're not going to do that, and with Noelle Quinn, as you mentioned, no challenge.
Clark, 3-ball away, and good. Boy, that cost Seattle 3 points, and they should have never had the ball there.
Finally missed one. Kennedy Carter had been 6 for 6 from the floor. Here's Clark. Finds the cutter. Boston inside for 2. Again, it's Clark to Boston. Wheeler. Clark launches. Hits a 3.
Mentioned 7 lead changes, 10 ties. Largest lead for either team has been 7. Clark with the kick out to Samuelson. At the end of the quarter, knocks it down.
She works hard and does her work early before the ball gets inside.
Cheyenne Parker married in the offseason. Clark catch and shoot, hits a 3.
Screen setting up aerial power. She's coming off a pin down. An excellent screen by Nalissa Smith. She takes a piece of Powers off.
Love to see that. DMV showing up, showing out.
Clark, an absolute beautiful shot.
This is pure skill, refined through relentless work ethic and elite basketball IQ. Caitlin doesn't just score, she leads. She commands attention on every possession. Defenders often need to double her just to slow her down, but that only opens up her court vision.
It's been the second and third quarter that's been the issue for the Liberty, so let's see if they can have a better one here today as Clark finally hits her first shot of the night. It's on Wednesday.
One thing about Caitlin Clark, she's relentless. She's going to keep shooting that ball.
A board or a turnover and push pace the other way. First in the league in fast break points.
Clark connects on a deep 3. Now the Fever have 5 on 4. It's Clark way outside. Boston the rebound. Clark on the fake. Clark weaves inside and the reverse.
Guess he's saying too much. Long rebound to the Fever. Oh, back bin license. Don't wait.
Transition defense.
Everybody talks about the logo 3s.
Yeah, they do.
Nice concept, good execution.
And Anakin, an early 9-point lead. Clark a 3. And good. Second 3 of the quarter for Caitlin Clark.
And Caitlin Clark, one of the rare times this season we've seen her get open. Dejanay Carrington just looking at, just for that reason, they're too deadly from behind the arc.
An 11-0 run for New York. Clark, she got another. Second three of the quarter for Caitlin Clark.
He's in the history of the league. You might want to get out on her. And then Caitlin, wow, that was a really good.
It is Caitlin Clark able to clear for Indiana.
Caitlin coming off that 20-point performance right here. Handling the physicality of Benijah Laney, with which Caitlin Clark handles right here. She crosses sides of the floor. She gets her hips and shoulders past Laney, and she leads.
Does. And now Clark comes up with a steal. Clark thought about pulling up from three. Will dip inside and lay it in. There are the first points in the WNBA career of Caitlin Clark.
She's one of the best passers in college basketball, always finding open teammates with timing and precision. Her assists aren't just effective, they're often highlight-worthy. What really separates Caitlin Clark is her range. We're talking logo threes, shots that most players wouldn't even attempt, let alone make consistently.
Size told us we have got to find a body on Reese. Clark gets freed up from up top for Clark as well, and you see this screen, on-ball screen.
Indiana has numbers here. Clark looks to take advantage. Clark launches and hits a three.
Push, everyone runs. You run hard. Look at all that space.
Ball rims out. Phoenix just 1 of 8 from the perimeter here so far. Indiana with the 4th fastest pace of play, and that suits Caitlin Clark. Have a 33-16 lead. The WNBA Friday night.
Two-fag Benlay. Indiana will reset. Clark fire away. You bet.
Come on.
Caitlin Clark with 14 points here in the first half. And she's knocked down 3 from out there. None deep.
She has Steph Curry-level confidence and the skill to back it up. Every time she crosses half court, she's a threat to score. That kind of gravity changes the entire dynamic of a game. But she's not just offensive. Caitlin is fiercely competitive on both ends of the floor. She hustles, dives for loose balls, and isn't afraid to mix it up in the paint. Her fire, her edge, is what fuels her greatness. And let's talk about her basketball IQ. Caitlin sees the floor like a seasoned pro. She reads defenses, anticipates rotations, and adapts on the fly. She knows when to slow the pace and when to push in transition. Every move is calculated. Every pass has a purpose. Game after game, she's breaking records, drawing massive crowds, and lifting women's basketball into the spotlight. She's not just making history, she's inspiring the next generation of hoopers to dream big.